So here we are asked to simplify each of the following radical expressions. So if you notice above, the textbook has a little link to practicing this if you need more. But to do this, whenever I see a radical expression that I want to simplify, the first thing I'm going to do is try and simplify each of the radicals by themselves and see if they have a common root that I can kind of add together. And so the square root of 12 ends up breaking up into square root of 4 and the square root of 3. So that becomes 2 root 3. The square root of 3/4 is the same thing as the square root of 3 over the square root of 4, which is the square root of 3 over 2. And so that's also 1/2 times the square root of 3. So plus 1/2 root 3. And then the square root of 27 is just 3 times the square root of 9, which ends up becoming, that's subtraction, becoming 3 root 3 here. And so now kind of what we see here is that all of these radicals actually simplify to have a common root. And we can think of this root kind of like a variable, right? Like 2x plus 1/2 x minus 3x, because they're all multiplied by the same thing. And so I can kind of combine like terms here, which ends up getting us negative 1/2 and then root 3. And that's our simplified radical for the first one. If we want, we could also kind of, oftentimes we see that as the square root of 3 over 2, but it doesn't really matter. In either of these forms is still technically simplified here. I guess maybe that one's better, but I digress. So next one here, I'm going to multiply these together, kind of using our box method to multiply. So 2 root b, and then negative root a, root b, and 3 root a. So this one becomes 2 times b because the square roots cancel out. This one becomes negative root ab. This one becomes, what is that, 6 root ab. And the last one becomes negative 3a. And so these end up being like terms, and I get 2b plus 5 root ab minus 3a for the second one. Third one here, we're going to square them. So same idea, I'm going to throw it into the box, and root 2 negative root 3, to negative root 3. So this becomes 2. This becomes the square root of 6. This also becomes the square root of 6. This becomes positive 3. Now these are like terms, and so are the other corners. So it becomes 5 minus 2 root 6, root 6, root 6, root 6. And last one here, d, we got the 4th root. And so I'm going to just break this down a lot. Times y, times y, times y, times y, times y, times y, times y. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 4th root, I'm looking for 4 things that multiply to the same thing. So that gives me 1x that I can pull out. Then there's 2 sets of 4 y's. So we got y squared, and then 1 y left over. So we got 4th root of y. And that's as simplified as we get.